They want everybody to be crushed. They want everybody to be down like them. They want everybody to be down and out. Destroying lives, destroying destiny. They have no mercy. Their ministry was never from God. Not any. There was an accusation from one of the pastors that he lied that he had 1 million members. Where will he get 1 million members? He's a liar from the beginning. From the beginning, he's been sleeping around with all these white Ukrainians, even before he got married, even after he got married, messing around with everybody, with murder. There's a video, a mother and a 13 years old. It's a lie. People should do their research and they should not let Sunday Adelaja be fooling them. This HMT is doing and is robbing Peter and Paul, robbing bishop, professors, doctors, big people. It's not meant to be having access to people. It's an illegal thing. And I'm going to we are going to write to Ukrainian government. You are condemning him, you are copying him. You are condemning him, you are copying him. You are using his name to scam people again. It was his tape that you play, and I saw the way you expose him, that make me to think maybe you are better. Adelaja proved himself. He proved himself that he's a scammer, he's a liar, he's a thief, he's evil, and there's nothing good about this guy. I'm telling you. I don't know how to run people down. It was the prayers of the saints and the commitment and the money of people that led them entered Rio. And he started making noise. It's free to set the whole world free. The video is there. He made the whole noise and everything. So
he lost it again at the airport, even after going through that kind of a Herculean challenge of getting diplomatic passage into Rio from Kiev, going through almost 7 days of
7 days.
So he forgot.
He forgot. That's Adelaja for you. That's Adelaja for you. The priestess is just too much. But at that meeting, he recognizes me. He recognizes the people that make it happen for him. Everything is on tape. But I didn't know I was helping God's enemy. God's judgment is very thick on Sunday Adelaja and Bosse Adelaja. They are evil. They are evil. Nobody has hands in their own calamity. Their own punishment is their own making. But now, they are putting a lot of people through pains. Mystery. They want everybody to be crushed. They want everybody to be down like them. They want everybody to be down and out. Destroying lives, destroying destiny. They have no mercy. Their ministry was never from God. Not any.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, the God of the Church of God Embassy, yes, for all nations.
Mm-hmm. There was an accusation from one of the pastors that he lied that he had 1 million members. Where will he get 1 million members? He's a liar from the beginning. From the beginning, he's been sleeping around with all these white Ukrainians, even before he got married, even after he got married, messing around with everybody, with mother. There's a video, a mother and a 13 years old. Adelaja was messing about with them. He ruins many homes. His own pastor committed suicide because he messed about with his wife. He ruined their marriage. The man committed suicide. Everything is on tape. Everything is on tape. But he continued to do this evil, and he will not stop. Continue to lie. He said he was one that initiated Orange Revolution. He said people were fighting, the Europeans were fighting him because he had the largest church. It's a lie. Nobody, if he's doing a good job in Ukraine and the government can feel it, they will embrace him.
In his on his Wikipedia, he said even the former president of Ukraine, President Viktor Yushchenko, gave him a letter of thankfulness for being the originator of the Orange Revolution. Is that?
It's a lie.
He said President Viktor Yushchenko gave him a letter of thankfulness.
It's a lie. There's a link online where they challenge him that he should stop telling people that he is the one that originates, he has hands in the Orange Revolution. And they made him to say sorry. There's a link. People should go and do all this research.
He brought Kiev, he brought Ukraine out of communism to capitalism.
It's a lie.
He fought about it.
It's a lie. They confronted it. They said this is an insult on us. This is our country. We fought for our own freedom. You join like every other person. That's what he does. He will just see people's glory, he will join and he will hijack it and he will claim the glory.
You mean the glory hijacker?
There, yes, that's Sunday Adelaja for you. It's a lie. People should do their research and they should not let Sunday Adelaja be fooling them. This HMT is doing and is robbing Peter and Paul, robbing bishop, professors, doctors, big people. It's not meant to be having access to people. It's an illegal thing. And we are going to write to Ukrainian government. Because I want to know why he filed a bankruptcy in 2006. Then the Ukrainian government got a judgment against him. In 2016, they put him under house arrest and nobody is monitoring him. He's still in his house there. He's still cheating people, he's still scamming people. The same offense they tied him down in Ukraine for. He's still committing it today.
Maybe on a different level.
Yeah, different ways. There was a program he's doing, he said that he wants to take people on cruise to Brazil.
Again?
He's there. And he's using Pastor Adeboye. Pastor Adeboye too, take people on cruise. And I challenge him there. Why are you calling on Pastor Adeboye again?
Okay, is it faith cruise or cruise faith?
I don't know. He's doing this cruise something. The information is there online.
So he's copying Pastor Adeboye.
Copy Pastor Adeboye. You are condemning him. You are copying him. You are condemning him. You are copying him. You are using his name to scam people again. It was his tape that you play, and I saw the way you expose him that make me to think maybe you are better.
Okay.
He's selling land. He say he's doing agriculture in Nigeria. People should come and buy. One of his friends has scammed Arons, Dr. Arons. That was scam people in 2018. About this land thing, he quickly disassociate himself from that man. If he asks you to go and steal and you are caught, he will disassociate from you.
Just immediately like that?
Just that's how he does things. He had people, he put people front. Like he's using a Mayowola account to scam a lot of people. A lot of people pay money in Mayowola account. I paid.
That's bank accounts?
Bank accounts in London. Lloyd's account. I paid thousands. I've written to Lloyd's account, Lloyd's bank. So that is still there. So a lot is going on with Sunday Adelaja.
So let's go back to Brazil. When you now left Brazil, how many days did you spend in Brazil? And how? 2 days. You spent 2 days. How?
Yeah.
How?
It was it 22 days or 17 days? Either 17 or 22.
So even after the event, it now turned into a kind of a holiday? Holiday,
yes. Okay. We were going before he arrived. All the scene, the scene they went for, we've already been through all that. So, but because he came late, we now
was able to make up that program.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Let me just say did.
Yeah, he went to other churches, but me, I've gone back to London there. So there's this rich man I had a dinner with Adonepe president. So the man doesn't speak English. So my friend told me that the man will like to have Sunday Adelaja in their village. So, and I should help them contact Sunday Adelaja. I said, that's no problem. So I sent him a text message. I told him about the guy and all that. He was interested. So when my friend came to Ukraine for his birthday, they didn't tell us. My friend said, I want to celebrate my birthday, Toyin. I would like to celebrate with you. If possible, we go to Ukraine. I want to see I want to know this man's better. I said, no problem. He agreed to it.
Are you talking of Clayton?
Clayton, yes.
Okay, the same Clayton that spent £5,500 to transport his wife on the flight of Emirates.
Yes.
Why you spend to transport him?
Yes.
£5,500.
Yes. Hotel, free hotel. Okay. Very in Brazil. In Brazil, very nice hotel. Good. I know how much.
That's for Adelaja and his wife.
Yes, and his wife.
So this same man now wants to do his birthday, and he wanted to go and do it in Kiev. He suggested I should do it, or he suggested? He suggested that he will like, because he said he really wants to know this man. So Adelaja proved himself. He proved himself that he's a scammer, he's a liar, he's a thief, he's evil, and there's nothing good about this guy. I'm telling you. I don't know how to run people down. So we went there. They didn't tell me that they will charge the man and his wife for a room. If they had told me... Oh, the man even came with his wife? He came with his wife. From London, Abi? From London, yes. Okay, is the same man that hosted Adelaja in Brazil? Yes. With his own wife? Made Brazil possible. For Adelaja and his wife? Yeah. Restaurant, they took them to restaurant. I have a lot of pictures and everything. They spend a lot of money on them. They look after them. And this is another thing for the churches. The way the churches are spending people's money.
They will take these people, this money from people, and they be wasting it on idiots like Adelaja and his wife. They went on helicopter, sightseeing, everywhere they make them feel welcome and all that. So the man was expecting the same thing.
In return?
In return, which is not too much. If they had told me before we left London that they will be billed for the man, me, I will discourage him.
Yeah.
Because me...
And it's not good for him to go and see the evil.
Yes, so, because me, I've already seen a lot. In that program, he lied a lot. He said he had 50 branches. I have the video here.
50 branches around the world?
Yeah, around the world.
Oh my God, and there's nothing to write? Nothing like that?
It's a lie. Because that church, that organization is a big organization. They have 46 or 48 branches. So for him to put himself higher than them, he lied. And I'm like, what? Where is the 50 branches? So me, in my mind, I'm already rounding up. December, I wanted to go. He lied. He announced to the church that 2018, 31st will be his last watch night. And I'm wondering now what he told them again. So people around him, they are used to his lies. So he doesn't, he cost them nothing.
Does not move there?
No. So we went there and we were having dinner in his own flat. He lives in a top flat in the building. And we started talking about the man that wanted to invite him to his village. So my friend said, he's interested because the man has money. At least they will give him like $20,000 or something like that. Okay. Then my friend now gave him a condition. Listen to this. Clinton said, for you to be allowed to go there, there's a python there. And you have to go and visit that python, play with that python before you can allowed. What did he say? He said he will go.
That we go to that village?
Yes.
In Brazil?
In Brazil.
That he won't mind playing with the python?
Won't mind. Even his own daughter said, what? That's dangerous. And I look at my friend. And he didn't know. It's part of the test. He said, we go. So that tells you, anywhere Adelaja goes, he will subscribe to the power of that land. That's how he's collecting. If he go to that python, play with that python, he collects powers. He exchanges something. Because that's not part of gospel. So that takes me back to Kevin that said, this is a Freemason man. So
Kevin in London.
Kevin in London. So we went to the southern village, this old army something. They did a picture, nothing much, everywhere is dry. Then he started his gimmick there. He said if the man climbs something, if the man can climb this thing, the man will give him $1,000. And if he climb it, it's like a betting. And I quickly called him before he embarrassed me. I said, Clinton doesn't need your 1,000 though. So don't let us bring any betting into this. Yeah. That's how everybody laughed over it. We quenched that one. So we left there. We came back home. I was the one that cooked for Clayton. I cooked for everybody. I came from London with my food and everything. So I did everything. Only for Bosse to come to me and said, there's a bill for Clinton.
That's at Ukraine now.
Yes.
The wife came to you. There is a bill in their house.
In their house, there's a bill for cleansing. I was shocked. I didn't say anything.
A visitor that came from Europe to celebrate his birthday with daddy in daddy's own town, in daddy's own country.
Yes. I didn't say anything.
Because we'll be having prophet that come that is in Nigeria. People come from London, they cook for them. They sleep free house in the guest house. They make them comfortable. So this man now came. This man that paid £5,500 for your wife to be able to be comfortable in Brazil, and also took care of your what can I call it? Your pleasure and leisure in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. He now came to meet you in Kiev, and after eating your house, then you are saying he has to pay.
Yes.
Is that Christianity?
I was shocked. And I didn't say, I want to go to them and get the money. I didn't say anything. I now said, will you give it to me and collect it back from them?
No, who said that?
But that's bosses suggesting. She's still the one talking. And that's when I say foolishly again. I say, okay, because it's embarrassing. I brought these people here. And I said, okay, how much is it? Say $515. So the room they put them, this size, is $110 per night.
$110. So is it the same place is now calling that is a guest house?
Yeah.
And for somebody that took care of you when you were in another country, and who made it possible for you to even come, despite the diplomatic hurdles.
Diplomatic honors.
Yeah, the man is now in your own country.
Your own house.
Your house. And he has to pay to sleep in your house, pay to eat in your house. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I did the cooking.
You are not doing the cooking.
Yes.
But
I did.
You have to pay.
Yes.
No, I can't believe it. Are you serious? What you are saying?
That's what caused all this problem. So I gave her $515. Immediately I texted Clayton. I said, there's a bill. He said, what am I paying for? That's exactly, I'm on camera now. And this is going to be translated into Brazilian language, because I want the president of Adonep to know that they were wrong. Their intervention was wrong. They were wrong for arguing with Ukrainian government that Adelaja was not what they said he was.
That was not a flight risk.
It was not a flight risk.
That was a man of God.
Yes.
Is there a difference between flight risk and a man of God? How can a man of God be a flight risk?
A flight risk. He's a scammer. He actually committed all the offenses. He denies it. He kept denying it. He said because he fought for the freedom of Ukraine. That's why Putin is fighting him. Blah, blah, blah. It's a lie. At least if you don't believe what happened in 2016, 2006, 2008, this happened to your own person.
One-on-one.
One-on-one. It happened to Clayton. And you've met me. One-on-one. It happens to me. No. So your decision was wrong. Whatever you sign with Ukrainian government, go and withdraw it. Go and withdraw it. So Clayton said, what am I paying for? I said, I don't know. He said, Toyin, I'll talk to you. Then we get to London. And that was it. We went back to London on a different flight.
Let me even tell you, when he was talking to our brother, that's Victor, Shegun the Law of Objective TV, he said that Dick Clayton you're talking about, that he paid half for his birthday, that, and he expected him to pay, that you are expecting him to pay for food that he ate for his own birthday in Kiev, that, but he has already paid for half of it.
He's
and that,
lying.
Are you sure?
He's lying. We went to the restaurant. He didn't give us any bill. How much is it? How much is their food, Asabe?
Just for 4 people.
Ukraine is rubbish. 100,000 at £100, you entertain hundreds of people. It's their own people. You took me there, Clayton and his wife, you and your wife, 5 of us. The rest people are your aides. Must Clayton pay for your aides?
I don't think so. Okay, the same thing they did to you in your own time.
Yeah,
putting
that's what want to do to Clayton.
Putting their own people on the list.
On the list.
So they can enjoy the Arusha from London.
And Clayton is not like that.
Well, Clinton is an economist.
Yes, he said, what am I paying for? If you want someone to pay, you have to tell them in advance. This is the plate. You be honest with everything. No, you be speaking your language and we don't understand the language.
So that's put it put you in a kind of potpourri of confusion.
Yes. So Clayton didn't even expect him to charge him a dime.
At least to pay back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't fathom it. I don't get it.
So you are dazzled. You are surprised.
Yes.
Did you even have headache when you saw that kind of thing?
Oh, more than headache. Even Clayton, if you wake him on now, he will say, Toyin, I'm embarrassed. It's a thought that refuses to go away. That is this man a human being? Is this a human being?
No emotions.
No emotion, nothing, no remorse. Always deny everything. Why will everything be you? You. And you will come out to lie. Come out to lie. This is the man that said, the house in Ukraine, I will dash it out when I'm going to Nigeria. When you are not even going to anywhere.
He even said that it's because that he wants to go, that he showed intention that he wants to leave Ukraine for Nigeria. That's why some Christians are fighting him, lying against him that he's left with 30 women and that he needs psychiatric help.
Yeah. But he agreed. There's a letter. He agreed. He said even more than 30 women in his church. Mother and daughter included. He's such a liar. A liar. I'm just fed up. I made a mistake in my life. I say, God, why did you allow me to get into this mess in my life?
Don't you think that maybe God wanted you to see something, Christianity from another perspective, so that you could be a traffic light to a lot of other people that are going to fall into?
Yeah, that could be the case. That could be the case because I can't explain this.
I mean, you didn't even investigate because the Russian Union of Christian Evangelical, the faith-based organization, the Russian Union of Christian Evangelical Faith, the Apostolic Arm, and one of the spokesman, Apostle Tov Ulysses, in an online report said Pastor Sunday Adelaja needs psychiatric help in Kiev or America, and that they've put it to him. But he rejected and he refused. And even according to another person, Bishop Anatoly Belanko also said he left the church when the leadership of the church advised him to step down and reform himself from the moral fall, maybe from the moral fall of having sexual intercourse with those women, according to the online news, which he also denounced and also debunked. When you learn all this later, did you feel sorry for yourself?
Yes, I did. I did. And there is this brother that did video in 2018, very detailed. Sunday Adelaja make sure that people don't watch that video.
Who's the brother?
Brother Ojegiwa Amo.
Brother Ojegiwa Amo?
Yes. he actually got in touch with the leader of these 30 women. We need to reopen the case. I want justice for those women because they are still suffering.
Emotional distress.
Yes, emotional distress. And Sunday has not stopped. There are moles in his house.
What do you call it?
Moles. It's just messing up their lives.
Do you really think he needs psychiatric help? Do you think is it spiritual help, or what do you think he needs? Looking at it, because I also pity him. At time when he does the program, he bursts into tears, and that for me is like driving emotion. I mean, when he's talking about Oyakhilome, how Oyakhilome cheat people with his charismatic maybe vandalism and all that, you see Pastor Adelaja burst into tears and he will cry bitterly. And that for me is like, man, this guy wants reform for Christianity.
It's a lie. It's a personal battle between him and those Jews. He's envious of them. He realized that these people, they are stinkingly rich. They've gone way behind. Far from where he is. It's just painful, he's just jealous of them. And he has done everything to pull them down. There was a day after he did all the video program and caused all the traffic and everything, he was expecting their churches to be empty. No. And he came and he said, It was like, after all I've done, people are still pouring into those churches. And I was just looking. Say, is that the reason why we are doing this thing? We are trying to restructure Nigeria. Let's get the mind of people correct. That's what I was working towards. So we were doing values. How to get the mind the mind of our people changed to know the right thing. So some of the team were working towards that. So he was working towards the destruction of these pastors.
Like I said, the links are there. So if I can't play everything, so when you have the time, if you want to go back, you can go and verify all these things yourself. You know, because last time people were saying, "Oh, you didn't bring the links and all that," but now, you know, that's why I'm ensuring that these links are here. So, okay, all right. So. This is the site. Like I said, link is there. In this video, there was a South African, this guy called DSA. Let me play the short part of it. There are two parts of it. There's a long one, there's a short part. So he called him at night and he told him, look, I'm a prophet so and so from this place and so this place and so. The Lord has sent me to you and all that. And DSA fell for everything flat. He fell for it flat. Then when he had gotten to a point, he now got DSA to leave the room. He said, leave the room. Leave you where your wife is. And then that's when he now started saying, even what you have done, those videos that those girls have, don't worry about it and all that. And you could see from DS's demeanor that I'll let you make up your mind by yourself. But this is the part of the call. I don't want to play the beginning because it's very long. This is the part of the call where he called DSA aside.
This is Zemi Media, broadcasting all around the world, on the spot, on the dot.
Really understood it in the body of Christ. For instance, I'll give an example. Joseph Prince, yes, and Creflo Dollar. They're doing very well. I mean, it's not just about preaching it, by the way. It's about you appropriating it. Yeah, this is what the Lord tells me. You need to appropriate the word. Don't just preach it, yeah? So sit down on this, please. Sit down on this and really feed on it. All those girls, please just forget about them. Forget about all those girls, yeah. And let me tell you the reason why I sort of brought you where you alone, okay? Yes. even what you did, Pastor Sunday, forget about it. If all that you did, yeah, just leave them. Don't worry, even the pictures, the videos that they have, yeah, whatever they've got right now, any emails, whatever, whoever, who knows what, just forget it. You concentrate on the word. The word, the word, the word, the word. In Acts, the word prevailed over a city. Just the word, this word, prevailed over a city. Yeah. The word is greater than an atomic arsenal of weaponry. Just the word is enough. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. Let's just so basically that was the prank call. So I don't want to play so that I wouldn't waste the time, but go back and listen to everything. There's a longer version of it. It's quite an interesting one. Yes, so I'm building on something now because people always ask about evidence. You have to be patient. I understand people may not be patient to understand this style of broadcast, but you need to be patient because if we don't follow it like this, you would not see where I'm going to. Now, remember when Mayowa was, when Sister Izine was on Mayowa's platform and she said, look, stop defending DSA so we could give him time to repent. And Mayowa went after her like a demon-possessed lunatic or something, with so uncontrollable. And the things she was saying, were so shocking. And then she said, no, this is what Ulysses said. Ulysses stuff is spiritual fire. Who is Ulysses? Say, who is Ulysses? Say, this is Flair. Because we're talking about witnesses and evidence, right? After all, DSA brought Busola Johnson and served as an evidence. As evidence to his sexual activity, typical sexual activities. And what's
right now
and what's her name was saying, who is Ulysses? Who is Ulysses? Okay. After this prank call, it will interest you to know so that Mayowa will know who Ulysses is. Because we have done that before, but I want you to see that even DSA's website himself acknowledges who Ulysses is. Who Ulysses is. Now, I want you to see this. Now, this is DSA's website. And the link is out there as well if you want to look at it. We are looking at item. We are still in 3. Is the item 3A. Yeah? Item 3A. Okay? So, look at this. It says, you might not be able to read it, but it says, disclaimer, the prank on Sunday Adelaja, on Pastor Sunday. Now, listen to this. In the I'm going to read it. I'm going to try to be very fast. In the night of 17th February 2016, Pastor Sunday received a call. This is DSA's official website now. So when my wife is saying, who is Ulysses? Now listen to this. I received a call on his phone from a so-called prophet who had a word from God for him. Anybody who knows Pastor Sunday knows that he receives everyone with excitement. Pastor Sunday, in his usual fashion, asked how the caller got his number, to which the man suggested that God gave him the number. In an attempt to hear the message that the caller had for him, Pastor Sunday took the posture of honor, as he always does. Hence, he did not try to dispute the prophet's message, but wanted to hear more. Even though Pastor Sunday noticed that some of the things he was saying was incorrect. All right? Okay, now, I want to go to the second to the last paragraph before the head of it, the other heading that says read this article. Now, see, we would like to put the heart of our friends at peace, that everything is okay. Pastor Sunday has always shared with the world that he is in a position to help minister to the world only because he himself has had his own share of trials, including sexual trials, problems and victories. For example, as he writes in his article, How to Effectively Overcome Masturbation, he clearly stated that he had sexual challenges and by God's grace, he's able to overcome them. Now, under here it says, listen to this. Pastor Sunday has always submitted his life and ministry to the oversight of his spiritual father. This is DSA's website. Of his spiritual father, Apostle Thoth Ulysses, who is aware of his challenges and victories. Apostle Tough would deny the aspect of victories, but yes, he's aware of the challenges. Listen to this. For any further clarity, please feel free to consult him directly at autosoft.belsa.net, or you could also get in touch with Pastor Sunday's wife, Bosse Adelaja, for further clearance. Look at this. At the end of the day, look at this. Signed by the Council of Elders of the Embassy of the Blessed Kingdom of God for all nations, Bishop Anatoly, and you're going to get to read Bishop. I'll get to read Bishop Anatoly's letter. Pastor Natalia, Pastor Tope, and Pastor Bosse Adelaja. So you see clearly here that when Mayowa was saying, "Who is Ulysses to you?" Somebody just on the internet, you can see the deception of this court platform. How these people evade justice. But someone like Sister Izine was aware. She knew the weight and gravity of this man's testimony. That this man was not just this is a man who the Christian Association in Russia respected. This is a man who the Bishop Anatoly and the elders respected. That is why when Ulysses wrote that letter, there was chaos, because DSA would not listen to anybody. But the moment Ulysses gave his report about DSA, that was the end of it. People knew that DSA had there was no other place to hide. Now, let me just also play something. We are still in item 4. We've seen now that, and we've established beyond reasonable doubt that Ulysses was Adelaja's spiritual father. And not only that, this was recognized by DSA, God Embassy, and the Council of Elders. It was no secret. Okay, it wasn't any secret at all. Okay, let me just play you this video, confirming again, showing Ulysses stuff and DSA. Because these people that keep asking about evidence, I really wonder what they want to see. Okay, I really wonder what they want to see. Okay, so this is Apostle Ulysses stuff. In DSS church, he had come so many times. So you know that these are not just fictitious things, or people were just making these things up.
You cannot see the kingdom of God unless you're ready to be violent.
Okay, so there's no need to play more. So I'm just building on something to establish that when Mayowa say, "Who is he to you? Who is Ulysses stuff to you? Have you met Ulysses?" It goes to show you how these people evade justice, how they would do anything to protect this cult personality called Dr. Sunday. Mayowa cannot tell me that she's not aware of who Ulysses is. But if you see the way she attacked Ezine, when Ezine mentioned this man, you would think that Ulysses was just some kind of man on the street that was just carrying, not just rumor, gossip they were talking about, not knowing that this man was a credible man that had influence over Dr. Sunday's life. All right, so let's leave Ulysses now. If you want to watch that, is in that's item 4 of the things I put out there, where we saw Ulysses and Adelaja ministering together, where Adelaja was interpreting these things for him. Okay, all right. Okay, so I just want you to permit me now to go back to that letter a little bit, because I know I summarized it, but it's very, very important I establish these things. And there's a reason why I want to go back to Ulysses' tough letter, because now, to give you a background of this thing, like I said, when these things started to come out, and these sexual activities, these 30 women, these many women and all, but due to shame, not many of them could come out, but they could confide with the elders and tell them these things that were going on, and all that. So that's when they now invited Ulysses Stuff. And I want you to see what Ulysses Stuff said when he came to do his investigations, so that you actually know the kind of person DSA is amidst this mask that he's putting on, so that you actually see what Ulysses stuff said. Let me look for that. Letter and just play that. Just give me one moment. Okay, I hope this is the one. Okay, Brian, please just be patient. I'll try to be very fast about this one, because I recognize that not many people may have that patience to just go through everything. So I'll try to be fast, but I need to read this because it is very crucial to establishing the fact that DSA is not any different or guilty from what TB Joshua was doing. But people who have just been trying to defend him don't want to accept the truth. And so, but why am I taking the pains to establish that he did this and it's credible? Is it to say, oh, DSA is a sinner, oh, let's crucify him? No. So that the people can get to know the truth, and so that DSA can be confronted with his lies to the point where he should actually admit and repent, because he's been deceiving a lot of people. And that's why the likes of Chris Al and what's what they call them, and many of them keep saying that it's a lie. They're just hearsay rumors. They're not rumors. This is real. So I want to read this very quickly, the highlighted part. I'll be very fast. Now these are parts I took out from his letter. He says that, dear Pastor Sunday and the elders of Embassy of God, my purpose for writing, this is Ulysses stuff now, after he came back and is giving his report of his investigations. My purpose for writing this letter is to respond to your address from the Pastors' Congress that commenced on 30th March 2016. Now, I want you to also note this date, because you also see that this is when DSA now all of a sudden got that revelation that he needs an online ministry to Africa. Because you're going to wonder, everything is tying up now with his motives as to why he now started this online ministry. See, on 30th March, right, 2016. Now, according to Psalms 127, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. I did not come to destroy you or the embassy of God, but to bring about redemption and restoration. My purpose was with clear defined goals and a plan of action to bring about redemption and restoration for you and your family, the women and the husbands and wives, to the body of the embassy of God, and to the body of Christ locally and universally. After carefully evaluating your address to those in attendance at the Pastors' Congress, I am fully convinced what you stated in 1995 has been redefined by you and not the Lord. That's what he stated about him being his spiritual father. Okay. In 1995, your letter to me stated that the Lord said you needed a spiritual father, a spiritual covering. You stated that the purpose was to make sure you would be held accountable and responsible. See that? Which is a good thing. That's why God always puts checks and balances in his church. There's always somebody to hold people accountable. I said to you, I would seek the counsel of the Lord on this matter. On the other hand, I said, oh, there's a call coming. I can't take that call. Let me just switch off this phone, because I know some people are going to be calling me. Okay. All right. So it goes on to say, yes, I would seek the counsel of the Lord on this matter. On the other hand, I said to you, after having read your letter, I would come to help you, train you, your leaders, and your church. It was later I got a confirmation from the Lord that he wanted me to be that person in your life. However, I want to remind you, it was never my desire to be your spiritual father. My only desire was to help you accomplish what was in your heart. After my assignments in these areas were through, I was going to withdraw myself. I was not seeking any recognition. Now let's jump here. He goes on to say, I don't hate you, but hate the sins you have practiced against Jesus, your wife, your church, the women and men in your church who were abused, your young couples who were destroyed by you. Yet you said that according to 1 Corinthians 2:10, everything you are going through is connected to your apostleship. Not Paul, nor any of the apostles in preparation for apostleship were found to have defiled 20, 30 or more women. This number of women was what you said on my first night meeting with you. You also said there could be more. You don't remember. Now, brethren, I want us to pause here. You see, because this is important. You know, some people may think that I want us to pause here. I will continue. The question I want to ask you is this. What will Apostle Yusuf gain from what he's doing here? Why would he want to lie against DSA? Somebody you saw there supporting DSA. Somebody came to give him counsel. But DSA had confided and confessed to him. 30 said there could be more. Now let's roll back a little bit to Iginla's issue. Remember that Ingila, when that man said that Adelaja, they sent it to Ukraine, he's been disgraced in his church, he slept with 30 to 35 women, he impregnated 10. Of course, we know that Ingila added salt and pepper. We know that he probably added his own to make it more grievous. But the way Mayowa responded, all lies. All lies, right? You heard that day when they were all demonizing Ezine. All lies. But you see, the 30 to 35 is real. It's a reality. So you see the court, the deception, that where they keep protecting this court personality. Mayowa is a stooge, is a puppet to help protect that DSA's court-like personality. She's as dangerous as DSA himself. It doesn't matter whether she's speaking the truth against all them Adeboye. The spirit in which she walks and association with DSA is very questionable. Now, before I continue, I think I want to chip this here. At the time when I was sharing Mayowa's videos, I stopped because I noticed that I couldn't really understand why she was still singing DSA's praises and condemning other ministers, knowing fully well that DSA was doing the same thing. So I said I was going to call Mayowa. Because when Julie left that platform, Julie who was with her, and she apologized to Flair, I said there's no way Mayowa will not be aware of what's going on. Because I used to share her videos. Because I liked her cause when she was, fighting against these people. I called Mayowa. I said, Mayowa, see, look, I'm sharing your videos here, but I have a concern. There are two issues here. You see, whilst you're trying to criticize these things, I mean, you're insulting these people. You're not going to win them that way. As much as I don't like Adeboye's ministries, I detest all those ministries. I've spoken against them. I will not, even if Adeboye was my father and you called him, you said, that fool, that dingbat, even me myself, I'll be angry. Because whether we like it or not, we still need to have some form of decorum. Yes, I will tell you that I don't believe Adeboye is a genuine man of God. I will tell you that Apostle Suleiman, for example, is a false apostle. Because there are facts I can use to show that. But I will not say dingbat, idiot. I will not use those kind of ghetto kind of language. It doesn't help to win anybody. Anyway, I called Mayowa. I said, Mayowa, you're still singing the praises of Dr. Sunday. I said, I gave you the benefit of doubt that you did not know what was going on. But Julie has left the platform. She was one of those people accusing Flair. But she's apologized to Flair now and saying that her eyes are open. She now knows that what Flair was saying was true. But I said, you are still championing this man's cause. You are still singing DSA's praises. I can't understand why you are still singing DSA's praises, knowing fully well that he's doing all these things. And that is why people have accused you of having a compromised relationship with him. I'm concerned about this thing. So I want us to deal with these two issues. Do you know what Mayowa did? She said, are you that Ojegiwa something I blocked from the platform? I didn't even know they had blocked me because I'd long even walked away from the platform. Oh, I said, oh yes, I'm the Giwa. There's no. She said, oh, okay. I said, I didn't even know you blocked me. I said, okay, so you blocked me. She said, oh, so you're that Giwa. So she just said, yes, I've heard, thank you. So, not going to talk about this. She just hung up the phone. She couldn't even engage. She hung up the phone. That's when I knew something was terribly wrong. Because I can't understand how in the midst of this overwhelming evidence, Mayowa will see this and they'll be criticizing people who are even much more righteous than DSA in terms of character, in terms of integrity. They may be fault in doctrines. So I just wanted to deviate to let you see that Mayowa's issue. Anyway, let's go back to what I was reading. So I stopped where he acknowledged that DSA had confessed to him that there were 30 or 35 and there could even be more. Right? Look at it again. Not Paul nor any of the apostles in preparation for apostleship were found to have defiled 20, 30 or more women. This number of women was what you said on my first meeting with you, and you also said there could be more. It is damaging to the integrity and laws of spiritual interpretation how you have twisted the scripture to paint a picture of your sainthood and my life as one that was so grievous. I remember when you told me a small fraction of what I discovered later. I said to you at the time that God was saying to me, he, Dr. Sunday, does not honor you. I asked you why didn't you come to me? You answered me, if I had come to you, how would that have made any difference? How sad that you say that I am your spiritual father, but I could not have helped you. You could have reached out at the time when these thoughts began to entice your mind. However, it became very obvious after the interviews with all those innocent persons, you had a manipulative, devious plan of action, and you were enjoying every person. Can you see what this man is saying? All of the spiritual children looked to you for care, guidance, love, and attention. You gave it to them for the gratification of your own selfish needs. Now, the observations of meetings. You brought me to Kyiv and paid for my flight tickets in order for me to investigate thoroughly all of the allegations you were being charged with. When my investigation was complete, I shared my findings first with you and Pastor Bosse, secondly with the elders, and thirdly with those who were in attendance for the meeting. You and your wife agreed. When you agreed, but you were doing all kinds, see this again, all kind of manipulative means to control what was said and how it was to be said. During the first night I met with you and Pastor Bosse, you did not want to discuss anything. You became very erratic and had emotional outburst. You said you did not need the process. I had 2 of your books at a point of reference to discuss what you had said, but regarding some of the areas I wanted to discuss, you spoke in a very sarcastic voice. I wrote those books. I know what was in them. You said to me, when you were moving about, just tell me what you want me to do. I want people to focus on why I did what I did, not what I did. I said to you, I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but I will be referring some to you once I get back to the US. As I was proceeding to share some of my recommendations, you took over the process. Are you seeing this again in his usual style? You wanted certain things to be included. I stopped talking because I saw that you were in control and things were only going to go one way. That was your way and your way only. You fell on your knees and showed a very prideful, you listen to this, you fell on your knees and shouted in a very prideful voice, I am Pastor Sunday. Those outbursts of your unwillingness to listen to me were very disturbing. You were displaying a behavior that was so consistent with someone who needs some very intense and thorough Christian psychiatric help. You said in your address to the Congress participants that you would be away for 6 months to prepare for the future. I am not a professional psychiatrist, nor profess to be one, but you never addressed the sins you committed. You see that? You see that? This is the crux of the matter, brethren. It's not, hey, see, there's a fellow, he's a sinner. No. There are people in the grave that are crying, their voices are crying.